All right, so what we want to do, this is not about are you going to be saved, do you have to know the name, the correct pronunciation, anything like that to make it into wherever you're trying to make it into. You're not going to be any more holy, any less holy, but what this will do, this will give you the adequate means to make sure you can make an informed decision based on your personal investment in the text. All right, so as relates to name, let's just dispense with that immediately. Shem, the construct Shem, the letter Shema, Shem, it means function. More than a calling, but function, Shem. What does it do? It is as it does, Shem. So Shemu Ilo, what is his name of the principle, that which has the ability to leverage force, govern force, application. The finite principle of what defines order. What is that thing? So this is what we're going to discuss, because it's not about the pronunciation. You need to understand the function. Hey, yod, hey, wo, hey is a verb, to exist. Hey, or hui, to exist. Standard, infinitive, absolute. Now, we have the ability to manipulate that, right? I can say it exists. I can say you existed. I can say hayeta, you were, right? I can say hayetum, you plural, masculine. I can say hayetin, you feminine, plural, hayet, you feminine, singular, right? But what if I wanted to say you shall be? You shall be. And that's different than you are, right? Because I can say right here, right now, I am, right? I can be measured within time and space. Here I am, right here, right now. So therefore I am. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I shall be. That is completely different. Grammatically, the laws of physics, everything about that is different. I shall be. Okay? So I shall be would be what we call a first person, referring to myself, first person attestation. Imperfect, meaning that it's not a completed action. Okay? Singular, referring to myself only, exclusively. First person, singular, imperfect. I shall be. All right, so let's go. Here's our context clue. Dispense with the whole argument. Is it AHAYAH? This is what it is. Shemot, or Exodus chapter.
You want me to film the text?
Yeah, come on in here. Let's let that way. You know. So of course, Hebrew is going to be read. We're going to get the lens a chance to center up. Okay. So this is Exodus chapter 3, and what we're probably going to do, we're going to probably start right about. Let's start right about here, chapter 11.
Okay.
Okay. And so, of course, classical Hebrew would be written from right to left. So here's the thing. Is this Yiddish or is this Hebrew? This is Hebrew written in Aramaic block script. Let me say that again. This is Hebrew, the language, written in Aramaic block script. So Aramaic block script represents the graphemic index, or the orthographical representation, meaning that the style that it appears. Okay, so the orthography or the grapheme is the manner in which the sound actually appears.
What about the Paleo? Is that a different language?
No, Paleo Hebrew is not a different language. It's a different graphemic representation of the language. So, for instance, if I say ni hao or ni hao ma, all right, that is Mandarin, and I could write it like with the letters N-I-H-A-O, ni hao. Okay, but even if I write it with Roman letters, it doesn't change the fact that it's Mandarin Chinese. Ni hao, hun hao, right?
Speaking the Mandarin. All right.
So this is Hebrew, the language, written with Aramaic block script.
What about those who say Proto-Semitic is a different language?
Proto-Semitic is another graphemic representation. It is a way to write a language. Okay. It is not its own unique language.
Okay.
All right. So Exodus 3, or Shemot, Shemot meaning names, and the Hebrew Bible is oriented based on the first word or phrase is going to be what this is named, right? So if I move on over here, we call this Genesis in English, but you see it's really called Bereshit. And why is it called Bereshit? Is because the text starts with
in the beginning,
or in a beginning, or at a start. So Bereshit bara Elohim, hence Bereshit. So the name of our text is called Shemot, and the reason we call it Shemot is because it starts with We'ele Shemot b'nei Yisraelu chabu'i mezarema. And so these are the names of the sons of Yisraelu, which departed
Why don't you put your finger on so we can see. They can follow.
Okay, I'm sorry. So the conjunction wa ele shemutu bine yesarelu haboim mitzarema. So here's shemot. Here's that construct shemot, which is plural for names or functions. These are the functions b'nei yisraelu. All right, and so what we want to do, we're going to move on over to Shemot 3 or Exodus 3, right? Because we have this argument about the function or the name, okay? And it seems that it should be relatively a moot point, but for some reason it keeps rearing its ugly head over and over again. All right, so starting at 11, we have Vayomer Moshe el ha-Elohim. So Vayomer, our root or our shorish is omer, meaning to express or to say. So Vayomer simply means and he said. And who said? Moshe. Vayomer Moshe el ha-Elohim. So, and Moshe expressed towards the Elohim or the pantheon or that singular thought which governs all of finite existence, culminating in ha-Elohim. Okay, and we can talk about semantically what that means later. Mi onoke ki eleke el feroa. Okay, so here's a line of inquiry, and this line of inquiry is not saying basically who am I, but who are you in relationship to me to dictate such an undertaking. So, Vayomer Moshe el ha-Elohim, mi onoke ki elek. Okay, who am I that I shall go? Elek. You see that aleph there? This is indicative of a first common singular imperfect verb, and the root is halik, to go. So, mi onoke ki elek el feroa, and this el, of course, is a preposition. Mi onoke ki elek el feroa, weke odze et binei Yisraelu memezaraima. Okay, so who, and he said Moshe to the Elohim, who am I that I shall go to Pharaoh, and that I shall, this is a hifil from the verb yodza. Now this, I want you to notice this is a morphological issue that advanced students should be able to pick out easily. This aleph here is indicative, of course, is our first common singular imperfect conjugation. And then we have this woe, wodze. So, udze. And this is a hifil that I should be the instrument to bring them out or expel them, kick them out. Okay, tell them to get out, basically evict them, so that I should evict or expel it. And this et here does not mean the Messiah or Jesus or Yahweh. This aleph.
Repeat that again. We gotta let them aleph and tau people know what's cracking.
All right,
repeat that again.
Yeah, the aleph tau is nothing more than a particle to indicate the imminent presence of a direct, definite object.
Right. So that's not talking about a Messiah
or Jesus or any of that right there, because that would be retarded. Because this would mean then,
I agree,
and that I should expel Jesus. So that couldn't work. Okay, that just absolutely will not work. So the et is a particle that indicates the imminent presence of a definite direct object, like the something.
Right,
all right,
makes sense to me.
All right, so, and that I should evict or expel the sons of Yisrael. So this is a construct, plural noun and construct masculine, B'nai Yisraelu. All right, and Yisar comes from the verb Sarah, to persist.
Yep.
So Yisar means it shall prevail or it shall persist. And what shall persist? Elu or Ilu. All right, so Elah shall persist. And then Memetzarema, from the land or place of oppression, from the verb Zara, to be coarse or to abrasive. So Memetzarim means from the place or the means or mechanism of oppression.
That's right.
All right, so again, we'll just read it from top. Vayomer Moshe el ha-Elohim, mionoke ki eleke el feroa, weki odze we ete binei Yisrael memetzarema. And verse 12, Vayomer, and so this is the Elu, ki ehyeh imoku.
Can you put your finger
sorry.
also? Yeah, that way.
So, Vayomer ki ehyeh imoku. And this statement is, and he said that I shall exist within you. Meaning that if you have animation of your limbs, The fact that you have animation of your limbs and in your extremity says that I exist within you. Okay? So, Wayomer ki ehyeh imoku, weze luko ha'otu. And this is the sign that that anoki shilochotika, that I sent you. Okay? So, it's like, well, tell me, I mean, come on now. What in the world makes you think that I'm qualified to do this? And I need something more than that. I need some type of papers or something. I need a badge or something. It's like, okay, well, if you can move your mouth, if you can move your arms, this is the sign that I sent you. I shall exist within you. And if I don't exist within you, you don't exist. Ehyeh imoku, ki ehyeh imoku, wezeleko utu, ki anoki shelochotiko.
Was that an aleph tau there?
Yeah, I think we have another aleph tau.
Is that the Messiah?
No, that's not the Messiah, because if it was, that would not make sense at all.
Right.
All right. And this, for you or to you, the sign or the symbol that I am shalachatika, sending you, or that I have, or that I shall send you. Okay. Behodzeku. Okay. In or to, all right, in sending you, or to expel, or to bring out you, or to have you bring out, ha'am, okay, ha'am, the people, from Mitzarema, from Mitzarim, te abdun, okay, et ha'elohim.
Aleph tau again.
Yeah, all right, so this is to serve the direct object ha-Elohim al hahar hazeh, to serve Elohim upon this mountain. All right, so here we go. Now Moshe still is not happy with this. Wayo omer Moshe el ha-Elohim hine anoki bo el binei Yisraelu we amarte lahem Elohei abotechem shelecha. I'm sorry. Wayo omer Moshe el ha-Elohim. And Moses said to the Elohim, Hine, behold, Anoke bo el bnei Yisraelu. Okay, so behold, when I go to this...
Wait, you said Yisrael. How come that's not Yashar Allah?
Oh, what?
Okay, well, the reason that can't be the case is because Yisar is a third masculine singular imperfect conjugation of the verb Sarah, so that means it shall persist. And the it that shall persist is the ilu. So Yisarilu.
So that L is that Allah right there.
I mean, I wouldn't pronounce it that way, but if someone chooses to do that, I mean, that's their business, as long as they understand what it means.
Okay.
Okay. So hine anokebo el bine Yisarilu.
Wait, 1 second. Wouldn't you have a he at the end of that if you wanted to pronounce if you wanted it to be vocalized as Allah?
Yeah, either that or an aleph. Yasser Allah.
Right, so, and we don't see that there.
No.
So, okay, that's interesting.
And actually the nominative form would have been probably a U-class vowel anyway if there was going to be any such an ending. Okay, so amarti, and I shall say, amarte lochem, Elohei abotechem. So, and I shall say to them, the God, or the whatever you want to define this as, your fathers, shelachani alechem, okay, sent me, or sending me to you, where amruli, okay, and they say to me, ma shemo, what is its name? Ma amar alehem, what shall I say to them? And verse 14, Waya Omer Elohim el Moshe, and the Elohim said to Moshe, Ehyeh asher ehyeh. All right, ehyeh asher ehyeh is a first common singular. Ehyeh, here's our aleph, and we've seen that aleph before, right?
Pay attention, people.
Okay, this aleph is indicative of a first person common imperfect conjugation for the verb AHAYAH, meaning to exist, and in this conjugation is I shall exist. So I shall exist as, or I shall be, or I shall cause to be that which I shall cause to be. So ehyeh asher ehyeh. All right. Now here's the key. Because this is a first person, that's like me speaking to myself. I shall be. So Waya Omer Elohim el Moshe, ehyeh asher ehyeh. Vayomer ko.
So let's back up for a second. So technically, that you hear people saying AHAYAH. That's not how that's to be pronounced or vocalized, correct?
But even if they chose to say, even if I said AHAYAH, that's going to have a different meaning. But the bottom line is, it's going to be a first person meaning that I'm referring to myself. So if you're saying, hey, the name of my God is AHAYAH asher ehyeh, all I hear you saying is, well, the name of your God is I shall exist as I shall exist. So you're saying you are your God and you're going to exist as you shall exist? Or are you telling me that what you serve is greater than you and it shall exist? So if you're telling me you worship something other than yourself, you're going to have to say Yahweh asher Yahweh, or ehyeh asher ehyeh. But you can't say ehyeh asher ehyeh, because that says to me you're speaking of yourself. And so here you see Vayomer ko to omer. Okay, and he said thus.
Wait. Can you back up where you said Vayomer? What about? So that's not an ooh.
No.
You didn't vocalize that as an ooh.
No.
So let's read that again.
Okay.
And explain.
So, and the reason being, Vayomer, and the reason this is not an ooh is because simply it is impossible to start a sound with a vowel. And Hebrew is a language that has an index that is comprised only of consonants. So that means that this particular phoneme is wo. And in order for it to be an oo, it would have to have another consonant to precede it in order to operate as a glottal stop or a seat for the vowel. And the only consonant that would be eligible to do that would be this one right here that I'm pointing to, and that would be the aleph. And the aleph is pronounced right here. So you might be able to see, if you could look at my throat. So if I want to say ooh, so by definition, so
get the throat.
We'll size it up. Okay. So by definition,
Focus.
okay.
There we go.
All
Okay,
right.
we got the throat now.
All right. So by definition, a consonant is an initial point of articulation. Where's the sound start? So if I want to say ooh, you can feel it.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So that means this is the consonant. This is the vowel. Ooh, that's vowel. Okay, ooh, that's vowel.
Yeah.
Okay, consonant. So in order for me to say the wo represents a ooh, there would have to be a consonant that precedes it. And that consonant would have to be a glottal stop. And the consonant for the glottal stop is the aleph. So, Vayomer Elohim el Moshe. That's why we say wo as opposed to ooh.
Right,
All
makes sense.
So, Vayomer ko to omer. And thus you shall say, Libne to the sons, Yisrael to the sons of Israel, AHAYAH shelchani alechem, that I shall, sent me to you. All right, and then it continues at 15. Vayomer awud, and he said still, Elohim, El Moshe.
Can you back up? Just let them know what Vayomer means.
Okay, so Vayomer means and he said. And the nerdy egghead way of explaining this is it is what we call a third masculine singular imperfect wo conversive. And that's just a fancy way of saying that this wo working in conjunction with this prefix conjugation, ya'omer, which typically would be seen as an imperfect, gives us a semantic expression of and he did something. So if I say Vayadaber, and he spoke, Vayomer, and he said, Vayamut, and he died. All right, so Vayomer awud, and he said, and he continued to say, and who continued to say? Elohim. And the reason it's ordered this way syntactically is because Hebrew is what we call a verb subject object, a VSO, verb subject object. What's the most important thing? What's happening, followed by who's happening, and with whom it's happening or to whom it's happening. All right, so Vayomer awud, Elohim, El Moshe, and he said, and he still continued to say to Moshe, Kol ta'amer, thus you shall say, El b'nei Yisrael, to the sons of Israel, Yahweh Elohei.
So that didn't say AHAYAH right there.
No, it says Yahweh, he shall cause to exist your Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzchak, we Elohei Yakubu.
See, now y'all messing up the church's money.
Ouch.
No, so
ouch.
So basically, what this is saying this is a lesson in grammar. And then when it goes on to say Zeh Shemi Leolam, okay, and this shall be my function for all of eternity. So that means you have to understand the function. The function is found in the grammar. If I say that, if you say, hey, say homie, what's your name, homie?
Yeah.
All right. Well, my function is I shall cause to be. All right. And so if you go back and you tell the people in your hood, well, what's that dude's name? You're going to have to say he.
That's right.
Right? Because I'm speaking of myself in first person, I.
Right.
So
Makes sense.
when you speak of me, you would have to speak of me in, bam.
I mean, you did an excellent job right there. You broke it down using scholarship.
1 second, I'm just wrapping up something with a brother right quick, okay? All right.
Straight Hebrew grammar right there. There's rules to this language.
Yeah. So, in short, there is no argument about the Creator's name. The argument is, how long does it take you to learn Hebrew and get on the grammar? There's no conspiracy. There's no Illuminati ploy. There's no
The white man.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like, hast du Deutsch gelernt? Yeah. So, you know,
Amen.
this Deutsch gelernt, then you don't understand Yiddish. You know.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, Yiddish and
all that
Hebrew are two
stuff
different
is,
languages.
The word was originally Germanic. Nein, das ist nicht richtig. Das ist nicht richtig. Tag.
He's hitting y'all off with different languages.
Wilhelm und ich wohne on der Bundesstraße. Okay, so clearly the V doesn't sound like W. So V is Germanic, W is Semitic, right? Ich heiße Wilhelm und ich wohne on der Bundesstraße. Okay, those were all written with the W, right? So clearly it doesn't sound the same. So all those people saying, oh, the wool, that's Germanic. Stop it.
Yeah. Educate yourself.
Yeah.
Get your Hebrew bars up.
Yeah.
You know?
You got a smartphone, use your smartphone. Go to JSTOR, go to EBSCO-host, call the University of Chicago, call UCLA, call Johns Hopkins, call somebody.
Stop being lazy.
Yeah. Stop making excuses and stop calling Hebrew Yiddish, because a person that really speaks Yiddish would probably find it rather moronic.
Yeah.
All right? Stop it. Stop it.
That's what I'm talking about. Hebrew literacy, that's what we're all about.
Hallelujah.
It's going down.
The only people arguing about the name are the people that can't read the book.
There it is there.
All right.
And with that, we'll say shalom.
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 All praises to the Most High. Ah. Yeah.